Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about how to farm for the limited time special scratch tickets, also known as the Spring 2022 special scratch ticket. But before we talk about that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So I'm going to assume since you clicked on this video that you are probably looking for these scratch tickets because you want something in this gigantic prize list, or maybe you're like me and you're super greedy and you just want to use this method to farm a bunch of star gems. Well, lucky for you, there is a way to farm for these scratch tickets indefinitely, which is amazing. And the key to this strategy is going to be these B Trigger Spring 2022s. As you can see over here, you can literally buy 100 of these triggers from the event shop. Now, I do not recommend running the urgent quest solo because first of all, it's inefficient because you're playing by yourself. But second of all, and the more important one is if you're running this with other people, you can pop one trigger, the second person uses their trigger, the third person uses their triggers, and then the fourth person uses their trigger. So the price of 5 triggers, you actually get 4 separate runs. So instead of spending 20 triggers, you're only spending 5 to get 4 runs, which is really nice. And I actually highly recommend that you run these triggers with other people, okay? It's gonna be a lot more beneficial to you, to them, to everyone involved, okay? Now, when you activate the trigger, this menu is gonna pop up with Drill Flurry of the Flowers Cleanup Operation. It says right here that, oh, you're gonna get 500 seasonal points and 2 photon scales. So this is because this is level 40. What we want to do is we want to bump it down to the rank 1 version where it's level 17. So you can see that, we lost the 2 photon scales. So this is because if you run on rank 1 with 4 people or 8 people, you can literally finish a run within 3 minutes because everything is level 17 and you're literally gonna rip through them and blast through everything extremely quickly. But now some of you guys may be wondering, Caro, if you're running the rank 1 version, isn't there a lower probability of getting these special scratch tickets? Well, actually through my personal testing and watching Raka burn through thousands of these triggers, it's actually like a 60% drop rate for the tickets. Now, if you run the rank 2 version, there is a probability, is a slim chance of getting 2 tickets instead of just 1. However, the chances are really low. So for the sake of efficiency, we will just be running the rank 1 triggers and we're just going to be blasting through as many as we can. Because remember, each player can get 100 triggers from the event shop. That means each player can sponsor 20 runs, and if you're running in a party of 4 and you're all taking turns, that means you can run a total of 80 runs. And with the power of a calculator, I was able to deduct that, hey, 60% of 80 runs equals 48 scratch tickets. So that's actually a buttload of scratch tickets, guys. And the best thing is you don't need to spend any meseta. You don't need to play the market. You don't need to buy triggers, nothing. This is free because you're getting seasonal points by killing stuff anyway through your dailies, through your weeklies. You're using your seasonal points, buying the triggers, and boom, you're good to go. And don't forget, of course, in the event shop, you can also get your scratch tickets over here. You can buy a total of 20, which is also very nice. So now a few of you may be a little bit skeptical and being like, okay, Caro, what's the catch? Well, the catch is, first of all, unfortunately, you're not going to be getting your photon scales every run. If you did 80 runs and you ran the rank 2 version, that would actually net you 160 photon scales, but it would also take significantly longer to run 80 runs on the rank 2 version, especially if you're just running it with 4 people. But on top of that, there's another very important thing that you're also missing out, and that is strugments. Remember, every time you run these, you have the opportunity of getting 2 strugment A, Bs, and Cs. If you're running the urgent quest, like when the urgent quest pops and you run that, you're guaranteed 8 photon scales as well as 2 of each strugment. However, with the triggers, these strugments seem to be RNG. I'm not 100% sure because I've never consistently gotten 2 of each strugment whenever I ran the triggers. So you guys are going to need to let me know because through my testing, it feels like it's random at least. So that is another huge downside because as we all know, strugment Cs still go for quite a bit of money And if you're like my ship 1 character where I still need these strugments to gear up to limit break my armors and my weapons, well, it's kind of a big deal if I don't get these strugments, because even if I only get one of each strugment every run, 80 runs, that's 80 strugments A, B, and C, which is still quite a big deal. So that is the sacrifice you're going to have to make if you want to go for efficiency and just blasting through the rank 1 versions just to get those special scratch tickets, because that's all you care about. Then you're going to need to sacrifice the photon skills as well as the strugments. However, I want to remind everyone that after 40 scratches, you do get a selector ticket, which allows you to pick any item that you want from the special scratch. And on top of that, every 40 scratches you do, you get an additional selector ticket. So that is going to be very, very helpful, especially if you're hunting down the 100 SG tickets, or maybe you want a very specific weapon camo or even an emote. Then this is a really good way, because getting 40 scratches done is actually really, really easy considering that we get so many tickets. Don't forget the limited time missions over here actually gives you 5 tickets right here. And on top of that, when you complete the supply unit's efforts, you also get an additional 5. So that is 10 tickets right there. And then we got 20 from the shop. So that's 30 scratches already. Then on top of that, every time the urgent quest comes out, which is the seasonal urgent quest, you are guaranteed a scratch ticket at the end of that urgent quest. So don't sell it, don't pull a Caro, make sure that you pick those up. So you will get 40 scratches before the end of this event, guaranteed. All right. So if there's only one item that you want from the prize list, you don't need to panic at all. You are guaranteed to get your selector ticket, and you're going to be able to get whatever weapon camo or emote that you want. However, if you're extremely greedy like myself and you want to get as much star gems as possible through this special scratch, then you can use what I proposed and just farm for these special scratch tickets by running the triggers over and over and over again. However, I need to remind everyone again that if you do run the rank 1 versions for the sake of efficiency, that there is the trade-off of your photon scales as well as your strugments. So if you have the time and you don't mind spending a couple hours doing the same thing over and over again, and you have a solid team, then by all means go ahead with the rank 2 version. You get the most bang for your buck. However, it is much slower. But if you only have 4 people, or maybe you only have 2 or 3 friends with you, then maybe think about running rank 1s just for the special scratch tickets so that you can get whatever cosmetic items you want, as well as some star gems.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!
What can I say except you're welcome, for the heals, the boosts, the rest.